thinking about?
Nothing in particular.
Oh, come on, I know that face.
Poor Sybil.
Sybil?
I suppose she loves you terribly.
Well, not as much as all that. She didn't have a chance to get really underway.
I suppose she's dreadfully unhappy.
Oh, shut up, Amanda. We've had all that out before.
We've certainly been pretty busy trying to justify ourselves.
It's not a question of justifying ourselves. The true values of the situation that are really important. And the moment we saw one another again, we knew it was no use going on. We knew it immediately, really, although we tried to pretend to ourselves that we didn't. And what we've got to be thankful for is that we made the break straight away and not later.
You think we should have done it anyhow?
Of course, and things would have been in a worse mess than they are now.
And what if we'd never happened to meet again? Would you have been quite happy with Sybil?
I expect so.
Oh, Elliot.
Well, you needn't look so stricken. It would have been the same with you and Victor. Life would have been smooth and amicable and quite charming, wouldn't it?
Poor dear Victor. He certainly did love me.
Splendid.
When I met him, I was so lonely and depressed. I felt I was getting old and crumbling away unwanted.
It certainly is horrid when one begins to crumble.
He used to look at me so hopelessly, like a loveless spaniel. I sort of melted like snow in the sunlight.
That must have been an edifying spectacle.
Victor certainly had great charm.
You must tell me all about it.
He had a positive mania for protecting me and looking after me.
That would have died down in time, dear.
You mustn't be rude. There is no necessity to be rude.
I wasn't in the least rude. I merely made a perfectly rational statement.
Your voice was decidedly bitter.
Victor had glorious legs, hadn't he, and fascinating ears.
Don't be silly.
He probably looked radiant in the morning, all flushed and tumbled on the pillow.
I never saw him on the pillow.
I'm surprised to hear it.
Elliot!
Well, no need to be cross.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sick of listening to you yapping about Victor.
Now listen, Elliot, once...
Oh, my dear, Solix! But 2 minutes, Solix. That was a near thing.
I'm terribly sorry, darling. It was my fault.
I was very irritating. I know I was. I'm sure Victor was awfully nice. And you're perfectly right to be sweet about him.
That's downright handsome of you, sweetheart.
I think I love you more than ever before. Isn't it ridiculous? Put your feet up.
Comfortable.
Oh, that's just a minute.
How long, oh Lord, how long?
What do you mean, how long, oh Lord, how long?
It's far too perfect to last.
You have no faith, that's what's wrong with you.
Absolutely none.
Don't you believe in,
No, do you?
No. What about,
Oh, dear, no.
Don't you believe in anything?
Yes. I believe in being kind to everyone and giving money to old beggar women and being as gay as possible.
What about after we're dead?
I think a rather gloomy merging into everything, don't you?
Oh, I hope not. I'm a bad merger.
You won't know a thing about it.
I hope for a glorious oblivion, like being under gas.
I always dream the most peculiar things under gas.
Would you be young, always, if you could choose?
No, I don't think so. Not if it meant having awful old bull's glands popped into me.
Cows for you, dear, bulls for me.
It must be so nasty for the poor animals being experimented on.
Oh, not when the experiments are successful. Why, in Vienna, I believe you can see whole lines of decrepit old rats carrying on like tiller girls.
Very, very sweet.
Oh, darling, I love you so.
Don't blow, dear heart. It gives me the shivers.
Smooth your face roundly.
Like that.
Very nice, thank you, darling.
You really are terribly dear and sweet and attractive.
We were raving mad ever to part, even for an instant.
Utter imbeciles.
I realized it almost immediately, didn't you?
Long before we got our degree.
My heart broke on that damn trip round the world, darling. And I saw such beautiful things, moonlight shining on old temples, strange barbaric dances in jungle villages, scarlet flamingos flying over deep, deep blue water, breathlessly lovely and completely unexciting because you weren't there to see them with me.
Take me, please, take me at once. Let's make up for lost time.
Next week.
Tomorrow.
Done.
I must see those dear flamingos. 8 years, all told, we've loved each other. 3 married and 5 divorced.
Angel. 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 Angel.
No, Elliot, stop now, stop.
Why should I stop? You know you adore being made love to.
It's so soon after dinner.
You really do say most awful things.
I don't see anything particularly awful about that.
No sense of glamour, no sense of glamour at all.
It's a little difficult to feel really glamorous with a crick in one's neck.
Why didn't you say you had a crick in your neck?
It's gone now.
How convenient.
I want one, please. Light,
Wait a minute, can't you?
chivalrous little love. Thank you very much indeed.
You really can be more irritating than anyone in the world.
I fail to see what I've done that's so terribly irritating.
You've no tact.
Tact! You've no consideration.
Too soon after dinner, indeed.
Yes, much too soon.
That sort of remark shows a rather common sort of mind, I'm afraid.
Oh, it does it?
Very unpleasant, makes me shudder.
Making all this fuss just because your silly vanity is a little upset.
Vanity? What do you mean vanity?
You can't bear the thought that there are certain moments when our chemical what-you-call-ems don't fuse properly.
Chemical what-you-call-ems, please try to be more explicit.
You know perfectly well what I mean, and don't you try to patronize me.
Now, look here, Amanda.
Oh, my
if you
darling
think...
Solix! Oh, for God's sake, Solix!
But listen...
Solix, oh dear, triple Solix!